Hi everyone, I am back again. So this is Venice Irving and I'm back again for another video. And this is the third installment in a series that I've been talking to you about regarding your online interview. So if you haven't seen the two videos before, just go and check in the previous videos that I've done before on the topic online interviews. I did one on the actual interview questions that you'll get in the online interview, and the second one will be the things that you need to do while you're in the online interview. And this one is what you are not supposed to do in the online interview. All right. So let's get started. The first thing, and if you see me look, you know I'm looking at my notes. The first thing is do not do an interview on your smartphone. This is not a good start, guys, because the interviewer or the employer who is interviewing you want to know how good your connection is. They will ask you about your computer. So more often than not, they would want you to make sure that you're on your computer that you're actually going to be doing the teaching on. And they'll ask you different specifications about that computer. So make sure that you do it on your computer. Also, the smartphone tend to be a bit tacky sometimes, and sometimes the Wi-Fi doesn't connect well. And most online interviewers, well, the persons who are doing the interview, they want to ensure that you have a computer that you can plug in the broadband internet into the slot on the side of your computer. They do not like Wi-Fi, and almost always the phones use Wi-Fi. Okay, so just stick to your laptop or your desktop to do your interview. That's always best. All right, the second one is do not hold the camera under your chin, giving everyone a front seat view of your nostrils. You know how it is, right? When you hold up and you're seeing everything up there, it's like you're looking into somebody's brain. All right. So, no, 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 that's a big don't. So, ensure that you situate the camera of your computer at eye level so that the interviewer can see you. And when you're looking, make sure you look at the camera. My camera is situated right here. So, if I look at the camera, I'm looking right in the person's eye. I tend to look on the screen and not at the camera, which is bad of me. But most online teachers, when you are doing your online interview, please look at the camera like I'm looking at the camera right now, right in your eyes, okay? All right. Third, do not drive a car while conducting the interview. Can you imagine that people are in an interview and driving a car at the same time? Can you imagine that I have done an interview and while I'm doing the interview, I realized the person did not turn on their camera. So I asked her to turn on the camera, and you know where she was? In the middle of a salon getting her hair done. I kid you not. So, guys, please, if you have an interview to do, ensure that that's the only thing you have to do. If it's a 1 hour interview, a 30-minute interview, it doesn't really matter. Concentrate on what you are doing. All right. It's a huge blow in the face, very offensive. If I'm the interviewer and I come and I speak to you and you are doing something else while I'm interviewing you. All right. And another don't. Always turn on your camera. Do not turn off your camera during an interview. That's a huge no-no. All right. Another one is do not be in bed, on top of the bed, lying down in the bed, under the bed, anything to do with bed. Okay. Ensure that you are sitting upright in a chair, just like I am right now speaking to you. You should not be sprawled on a sofa. You should not be hanging over a ledge. I mean, listen, people do the weirdest things these days, but as an interviewer, as persons who come in to interview you for online jobs, they have other people to interview. They don't have time for that. Okay? So be professional. Dress well, go in front of the camera, give it your best shot, and ensure that you're seated well and looking straight in the camera. All right. Okay. Another one is do not have persons in your background. That will throw off the entire interview. That will actually cause you to not concentrate because you're looking around you because maybe there's a barking dog or screaming kids or someone around the back shouting, or there's so many other things that could be there in the background that will take your attention away from the interview at hand. No, find a quiet place. If you know that you have an interview and maybe your house is not quiet, find somewhere else to go. I have done interviews at a cafe. I found a nice little corner in the cafe where there's no noise, and I did an interview, and it was okay. It was fine. There was no problem. There are some cafes that are a bit noisier than others, so you know where you need to go, right? And you know where you can find those quiet places. Sometimes, if you go to hotel lobbies, those can be quiet places. A library too. Even sometimes at the park, but I wouldn't even go stretch and say go to the park. Yeah, because there's so many variables when you go outside that you can't control. All right. So just keep it at a quiet spot in your house. If not, find somewhere outside where you can have a quiet spot at another location. All right. Do not blame the interview if you have technical issues. Okay, so don't say, oh, I'm sorry, my internet is bad. If something goes wrong with your tech, say something is wrong with the computer, something is wrong with your Wi-Fi, or something wrong with your mic or your camera, then just request another interview, just reschedule. All right, please do not start blaming what is going on and start making comments. That is uncalled for. Right, just keep it professional and ask to for another date for your interview. Do not conduct the interview in a shopping mall, at a corridor where people may be walking by. And it says don't conduct your interview outdoors. So my suggestion of going to the park is a big no-no, okay? No parks, nowhere outdoors, because like I said, there's so many variables that you may not be able to control. Maybe a loud music outside in the mall, people running and laughing past you. It's just too many variables. So just stick to a quiet spot in a location that you know of. Um, and the last thing is, do not act reluctant, angry, as if the interview is an inconvenience, or if you don't like some of the questions that are being asked, you may start to get a bit hesitant. Try not to be like that. Even if there's some questions that you find a bit weird, just answer politely as best as you know how and keep it moving. All right. So that is it. So I will come again next week with another set of tips for you teachers. For those who are interested in online jobs, keep it locked right here on my YouTube channel. You know I have videos for days about how you can get online jobs and different opportunities that you can get in the online industry, right? Especially in the teaching industry. So like and subscribe, share this video, let others know more about what I'm doing here. And I thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting every day. Okay, so see you next time. Bye.